9 News Mornings at 5 a.m. starts right now.
I would ask the audience.
The Denver Public School Board's vote to close and consolidate several schools was met with immediate backlash. Today, we'll learn if the former owners of a funeral home in Penrose will accept a plea deal in their state case. That could set how much time they spend in prison. President-elect Trump's Attorney General pick only lasted 8 days before backing out amid a scandal, but a new name has already been tapped. New this morning, a ski resort in Colorado is following in the footsteps of the town it sits in, making a move toward a greener future.
80,000 plastic bottles have been eliminated from the waste stream.
And Shedeur Sanders could go pro after the season is over, but Coach Prime and the Buffs has got a big-time QB recruit who says he's coming to Boulder.
And I think a lot of people are excited about that. All right, good morning, everybody. TGIF, and today the F stands for finally, because it feels like Friday took forever to get here.
So true. On Tuesday, I thought it was Thursday, so that's how this week has been. But today it is Friday, and it's going to be really nice today into the weekend weather-wise. Let's get a check of that forecast with meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm surprised it felt like such a long week, considering we had National Fuel Day mixed in there as well.
The one bright spot in her week.
The one bright spot in the week.
Wait, really quickly, how low did you fill up yesterday?
183.
Wow.
Y'all were making fun of me because it's my favorite holiday, but I filled my whole car for like $32. So
I mean, honestly, $1.83, that's like 2008 prices, it feels like, right? That's awesome. Well done, Corey. Meantime, for us here in Denver, 37 right now. Still seeing some of those downslipping winds off the front range. That means slightly warmer temperatures, but also we're getting some of that mountain wave cloud action for us along the urban corridor right now. So similar to yesterday, we had some of those clouds around, some of those high-level clouds. By the way, in about an hour and a half, we are going to have a beautiful sunrise because of those mountain wave clouds. Same setup as we had yesterday. We had a nice sunset last night as well. A few of those mountain wave clouds. Otherwise, we're talking about those temperatures mainly in the 30s for us in Denver right now. 42 in Colorado Springs, single digits and teens for the most part in the high country. We're heading up all the way to 61 degrees for us here in Denver. Average for today is 50. So we're going to be a good 10 plus degrees above average. Should be great for a dog walk. Anything you got planned outside for this afternoon looks A-okay. We'll be up near 60 by about noon with some of those clouds overhead. Otherwise, those headlines, we got a big change for Sunday and Monday with one of two storm systems, the more significant of those likely to impact us on Wednesday. I'll have details on a highly impactful forecast for you in just a couple minutes. Going to send things over to Brianna for a first look at traffic.
Chris, thank you so much. Happy Friday, everyone. 5:02 is your time. Taking a live look from our CDOT cameras. We're now up and down I-225 right near Mississippi. So whether you're going north or southbound heading into I-25 or I-70, your commute is looking pretty good. Same story all across the Denver metro area, but I do want to zoom in for those heading to the airport this morning. There is some construction happening. So the off-ramp right near E-470, the northbound to Pena Boulevard right now is blocked off, which is why we're seeing some northbound delays along E-470. So keep that in mind, especially if you're heading over to DIA. Right near the North Glen Federal Heights area, you're looking at a 8-minute drive. We're still in the green, not seeing any crashes overall. And today is going to be the busiest day at DIA. So keep that in mind as well if you're going to the airport. Today is the first day of the long holiday rush for DIA. It's expected to be one of their busiest days. So right now, we're giving you a live look inside of the airport. So this is right near security checkpoint. The airport says it expects more than 844,000 travelers to move through TSA between today and December 2nd. So they think the most travel traffic will come today and the next Saturday as well as Sunday, with more than 266,000 passengers expected on those days. DIA projects the busiest day will be next Sunday with more than 90,000 passengers. And if that happens, it would be the second busiest day at the airport on record, just behind July 7th this year, when more than 93.5 thousand passengers were screened. So let's take a look at those current wait times right now at security checkpoints. Right now, for those in bridge security, it isn't showing how long it's going to take. Usually, that's the quickest security checkpoint. South security checkpoint, you're looking at a 12-minute from that standard line, and then West security checkpoint, you're looking at a 2-minute wait.
Not bad this morning, Brianna. Thank you. Today, 2 people accused in the murder of 2 children in Pueblo are set to be arraigned. Jesus Dominguez is the biological father of the 2 children, Yesenia and Jesus. Corina Menjares is Dominguez's girlfriend and has no relation to the kids. Back in January, Pueblo police discovered Yesenia's remains inside a metal container filled with concrete inside a storage unit. A few days later, police found the body of her brother in a suitcase inside a car. They tracked that car to Menjares. The kids were just 3 and 5 years old when they were last seen in 2018. Dominguez's and Menjares' arraignments are set to start at 8:30 this morning in Pueblo County.
Also happening today, the man accused of killing 2 people inside a dorm room in Colorado Springs is set to be arraigned. Police say that Nicholas Jordan killed his roommate Samuel Knopp and a woman, Celia Rain Montgomery, on February 16th. An arrest affidavit says that Jordan threatened to kill Knopp earlier in the year after Knopp left a bag of trash near Jordan's door. They also argued over Jordan smoking marijuana in the dorm. Jordan's arraignment is set to start at 9:30 this morning in El Paso County. Restructuring starts now for 10 Denver public schools. In a story 9 News has been following for months now, the school board voted unanimously to close 7 schools and consolidate 3 others.
9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi is live outside of DPS headquarters this morning. Lauren, it was a fiery meeting after the final vote was cast.
Yeah, after that vote, community advocates shouted, "Shame on you," to the board. They say that the vote was infuriating. The school board president says it was a tough decision, but she says something had to be done about the declining enrollment the school district has seen for years. Some of the affected schools were only using about 30% of the buildings that they were in. Families at the 10 impacted schools will get to choose any school in the district with openings. Some teachers are guaranteed jobs within the district. The school board president says it's not fair to students, staff, or families to allow a school to continue when they don't have the funding.
Time will tell if this is the right decision for the future, but we have given it our all, and we've made the best decision, I think, given everything that we have, and I believe it's the right one.
Those schools will close in June. DPS will keep the buildings for community use. Community meetings will decide how those buildings will be used. Coming up in the next hour, I'll explain a little bit more about the next step for families and what this looks like moving forward. Live in Denver, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
Lauren, thank you. Now, parents, students, and teachers in Douglas County are also bracing for their own round of closures and consolidations. Douglas County School District officials have proposed paring up to 6 elementary schools and closing 3 schools. Those elementary schools are all in the Highlands Ranch area. There are no plans at this point to consolidate any middle or high schools. DCSD will hold another meeting to discuss the plan on December 3rd. The district says it will make a final decision next April, and it will become effective for the 2026-2027 school year.
Former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz has withdrawn himself as President-elect Trump's pick for Attorney General just 8 days after getting tapped for the job. Gaetz made the announcement on social media, saying his confirmation was becoming an unfair distraction to the Trump transition. He has faced allegations that include having sex with a 17-year-old girl, which prompted a House Ethics Committee investigation into those claims. Gaetz has not been criminally charged and denies the allegations against him.
Less than 6 hours after Gaetz withdrew, Trump announced his new AG pick, Pam Bondi. Bondi is a former Attorney General of Florida, and she was one of the president-elect's lawyers during his first impeachment trial. She's also served as chair at the America First Policy Institute, a think tank set up by former Trump administration staffers.
Democratic Colorado Congressman Jason Crow was asked about Gaetz withdrawing yesterday, and here's what he had to say.
Matt Gaetz was never qualified to hold this position, but that was actually kind of the point. He was nominated not to actually execute the duties of Attorney General, as America would expect that person to do, but rather to be a loyalist and to exact retribution on Donald Trump's perceived enemies.
So according to a source with direct knowledge of a call between Gaetz and Trump yesterday morning, the president-elect told Gaetz that he didn't have the votes in the Senate needed to win confirmation.